We continue the N.J. Dawood translation of Al-Quran with Jonah. And we will be adjusting some things and throwing in some commentary. In the name of Allah, the compassionate, the merciful, Alif Lam Ra. These are the verses of the wise book. Does it seem strange to mankind that we revealed our will to a mortal from among themselves, saying, give warning to mankind and proclaim good tidings to the faithful? Their endeavor shall be rewarded by their Lord. The unbelievers say this man is a skilled enchanter, yet your Lord is Allah, who in 6 days created the heavens and the earth, and then ascended the throne, ordaining all things. And by using the term enchanter, or even, the Arabic here, which specifies what you're talking about, because you're not just somebody, not just a shaman figure, you're somebody who's involved with the evil spirits, is what's one saying. Just like how people are like, they think that they don't, they're like worshiping the objects and something, and that's another form of sihr too. But anyways, they're indicating that he has spiritual power by saying this. And, God's not upheld by the throne. He exalts over the throne that is created just like the rest of it. And in 6 time periods, it doesn't say exactly how many what the time periods are. And there's different ideas of time periods in Quran, to give an example towards that point. None has power to intercede for you except him who has received his sanction, such as Allah, your Lord, therefore serve him. Will you not take heed to him? You shall all return. Allah's promise shall be fulfilled. He brings the creation into being and will then restore it, so that he may justly reward those who have believed in him and done good works. As for the misbelievers, they shall drink scalding water and be sternly punished for their misbelief. It was he that gave the sun his brightness and the moon her light, ordaining her phases, that you may learn to compute the seasons and the years. Allah created them only to manifest the truth. He makes plain his revelations to men of knowledge in the alternation of night and day, and in all that Allah created in the heavens and the earth. There are signs for righteous men, those who entertain no hope of meeting us, being pleased and contented with the life of this world, and those who give no heed to our revelations shall have the fire as their home, in requital for their deeds. As for those who believe and do good works, Allah will guide them through their faith. Rivers will run at their feet in the gardens of delight. Their prayer will be, glory to you, Lord, and their greeting, peace. Praise be to Allah, Lord of the universe, will be the burden of their plea. Had Allah hastened the punishment of men as they would hasten their reward, their fate would have been sealed. Therefore, we allow those who entertain no hope of meeting us to blunder about in their wrongdoing. When misfortune befalls man, he prays to us, lying on his side, sitting or standing on his feet. But as soon as we relieved his affliction, he pursues his former ways, as though he never prayed for our help. Thus do their foul deeds seem fair to the transgressors. We destroyed generations before your time on account of the wrongs they did. Their apostles came to them with veritable signs, but they would not believe. Thus shall we reward the guilty. Then we made you their successors in the land, so that we might observe how you would conduct yourselves. When our clear revelations are recited to them, those who entertain no hope of meeting us say to you, give us a different Quran, or make some changes in it. And this kind of relates, verse 15 here relates to what the Dina, the Navajo, would say, a deer standing on its tail. Say, it is not for me to change it. I follow only what is revealed to me. I cannot disobey my Lord, for I fear the punishment of a fateful day. Say, had Allah pleased, I would never have recited it to you, nor would he have made you aware of it. A whole lifetime I dwelt among you before it was revealed. Will you not understand it? Who is more wicked than the man who invents a falsehood about Allah or denies his revelations? Truly, the evildoers shall not triumph. They worship idols that can neither harm nor help them, and say, these will intercede for us with Allah. Say, do you presume to tell Allah of what he knows to exist neither in the heavens nor on earth? Glory to him, exalted be he, above that which they treat as gods and serve besides him. There was a time when mankind were but one community. Then they disagreed among themselves, and but for a word from your Lord, long since decreed, their differences would have been firmly resolved, and they ask, why has no sign been given him by his Lord? Say, God alone has knowledge of what is hidden. Wait, if you will, I too am waiting. No sooner do we show mercy to a people after some misfortune has afflicted them, than they begin to scheme against our revelations. Say, more swift is God's scheming. Our angels are recording your intrigues. It is he who guides them by land and sea. They embark, and as the ships set sail, rejoicing in a favoring wind, a raging tempest overtakes them. Billows surge upon them from every side, and they fear they are encompassed by death. They pray to God with all fervor, saying, deliver us from this peril, and we will be truly thankful. And what does that other verse say? That if you talks about how if God, you want to change your condition, you got to change it for yourself, and then God will change your condition because you're making your effort. Or it's more excellent than that. I'm not thinking of it right. Yet when he does deliver them, they commit evil in the land and act unjustly. Men, it is your own souls that you are corrupting. Take your enjoyment in this life. To us you shall in the end return, and we will declare to you all that you have done. This present life is like the rich garment with which the earth adorns itself when watered by rain. We send down from the sky crops sustaining man and beasts, gender neutral, of course, so every human. Grow luxury, sustaining humanity and beasts, grow luxuriantly, but as its tenants begin to think themselves its masters, down comes our scourge upon it. By night or in broad day, laying it waste as though it did not blossom but yesterday. Thus do we make plain our revelations as thoughtful men. Allah invites you to the home of peace. He guides whom he will to a straight path. And that verbal form, the guidance is there for everybody, but people aren't being guided unless they're accepting, oh, I want to be part of the home of peace. Those that do good works shall have a good reward, and more besides. Neither blackness nor misery shall overcast their faces. They are the heirs of paradise. In it they shall abide forever. As for those that have done evil, evil shall be rewarded with the like evil. Misery will oppress them. They shall have none to protect them from the law, as though patches of the night's own darkness veiled their faces. They are the heirs of hell. In it they shall abide forever. On the day we assemble them all together, we shall say to the misassociators, keep to your places, you and your partners. We will separate them one from another, and then their partners will say to them, it was not us that you worshipped. Allah is our self-sufficient witness, nor were we aware of your worship. Thereupon each soul will know what it has done. They shall be sent back to Allah, their true Lord, and the idols they invented will forsake them. Say, who provides for you from heaven and earth? Who has endowed you with hearing and sight? Who brings forth the living from the dead and the dead from the living? Who ordains all things? They will reply, Allah. Say, Will you not take heed then? Such is the law, your true Lord. That which is not true must needs be false. How then can you turn away? This is the word of your Lord made good about the evildoers. They will not believe. Say, can any of your idols bring the creation into being and then restore it? Say, Allah brings the creation into being and will then restore it. How is it then that you are so misled? Say, can any of your idols guide you to the truth? Say, Allah can guide you to the truth. Who is more worthy to be followed? He that can guide to the truth, or he that cannot, and is himself in need of guidance? What has come over you that you so judge? Most of them follow nothing but mere conjecture, but conjecture is in no way a substitute for truth. Allah is cognizant of all their actions. This Quran could not have been devised by any but Allah. It confirms what is revealed before it and fully explains the scriptures. It is beyond doubt from the Lord of the universe. If they say he invented it himself, say, bring me one chapter like it, call on whom you may besides Allah to help you. If what you say be true, indeed they disbelieve what they cannot grasp, for they have not yet seen its prophecy fulfilled. Likewise did those who praised before them disbelieve. But see what was the end of the wrongdoers. Some believe in it, while others do not. But your Lord best knows the evildoers. If they disbelieve you, say, my deeds are mine and your deeds are yours. You are not accountable for my actions, nor am I accountable for what you do. Some of them listen to you, but can you make the deaf hear you? Incapable as they are of understanding. Some of them look upon you, but can you show the way to the blind, bereft as they are of sight? Indeed, in no way does God wrong mankind, but men wrong themselves. The day will come when he will gather them all together as though they had sojourned in this world but for an hour. They will acquaint themselves with each other. Losers shall be those who denied they would ever meet Allah and did not follow the right path. Whether we let you glimpse in some measure the scourge we threaten them with, or call you back to us before we smite them, to us they shall return. Allah will then be witness to all their actions. An apostle is sent to each community. When their apostle comes, justice is done among them. They are not wronged. They ask, when will this promise be fulfilled? If what you say be true, say, I have no control over any harm or benefit to myself, except by the will of Allah. A space of time is fixed for every nation. When their time is come, not for 1 hour shall they delay, nor can they go before it. Say, there is no such thing as life lengthening, but certainly things factor into it. I mean, so many things that are listed as what you're fated are so largely because of your choice, entirely how good or evil you are, right? I mean, that's a simple way to say it, but I think people will understand what I mean by that. How long you live? Well, there's a bunch of things. What your provision is? There's a bunch of things. Where you walk, that's pretty self-controlled. Not as well as some of the things, but say, do but consider, should his scourge fall upon you in the night or by the light of day, what punishment would the guilty hasten? Will you believe in it when it does overtake you, although it was your wish to hurry it on? Then will the wrongdoers be told, feel the everlasting torment? Shall you not be rewarded according to your deeds? They ask you if it is true. Say, yes, by the Lord it is true, and ye shall not be immune. And the word Lord is it's not so ambiguous as what we're used to biblically or whatever. To redeem himself, then each sinner would gladly give all that the earth contains, if he possessed it. When they behold the scourge, they will repent in secret, but judgment shall be fairly passed upon them. They shall not be wronged. Surely to Allah belongs all that the heavens and the earth contain. Surely the promise of Allah is true, though most of them may not know it. It is He who ordains life and death. and to him you shall all return. Men, and admonition has come to you from your Lord, a cure for the mind, a guide, and a blessing to true believers. Say, in the grace and mercy of Allah, let them rejoice, for these are better than the worldly riches they amass. Say, do but consider the provision Allah has sent down for you. Some of it you pronounced unlawful and some lawful. Say, was it Allah who gave you his leave? And do you invent falsehoods about Allah? What will they think? Those who invent falsehoods about Allah on the day of resurrection, Allah is bountiful to men, yet most of them do not give thanks. You shall engage in no affair. You shall recite no verse from Al-Quran. You shall commit no act, but we will witness it. Not an atom's weight in earth or heaven escapes your Lord, nor is there any object, smaller or greater, but is recorded in a glorious book. Surely the servants of Allah have nothing to fear or to regret. Those that have faith and keep from evil shall rejoice both in this world and in the hereafter. The word of Allah shall never change. That is the supreme truth. Let not their words grieve you. All glory belongs to Allah. He alone hears all and knows all. Surely to Allah belongs all who dwell in the heavens and on earth. Those that serve others as if they're gods besides Allah follow nothing but idle fancies and preach nothing but falsehoods. He it is who has ordained the night for you to rest in and has given the day its light for you to see with. Surely in this there are signs for prudent men. God of light, God of dark, just like in Surah 6, this can be used to address people thinking, oh, well, there's a God of both, like there's some sort of competing entities. Oh, competing entities. Oh, there's a verse about that too. And prudent doesn't mean you don't enjoy yourself. See, you're resting and you're taking the advantage of the day too, and they say Allah is begotten a son. Allah forbids. Self-sufficient is he. His is all that the heavens and the earth contain. Surely for this you have no sanction. Would you say of Allah what you know not? Say, those that invent falsehoods about Allah shall not prosper. They may take their ease in this life, but to us they shall then return, and we will make them taste the grievous torment for their unbelief. Recount to them the tale of Noah. He said to his people, if it offends you, my people, that I should dwell in your midst and preach to you Allah's revelations, for in Allah I have put my trust. Muster all your idols and decide your course of action. Do not intrigue in secret. Execute your judgment and give me no respite. If you turn away from me, remember I demand of you no recompense. Only Allah will reward me. I am commanded to be one of those who shall submit to him, but they disbelieved him. Therefore we saved Noah and those who were with him in the ark, so that they survived and drowned the others who denied our revelations. Consider the fate of those who were forewarned. After him we sent apostles to their descendants. They showed them veritable signs, but they persisted in their unbelief. Thus do we seal up the hearts of the transgressors. Then we sent forth Moses and Aaron with our signs to Pharaoh and his nobles, but they responded with scorn, for they were wicked men. When the truth came to them from us, they declared, this is but plain sorcery. Moses replied, is this what you say of the truth when it has come to you? Is this sorcery? Sorcerers shall never prosper. They said, have you come to turn us away from the faith of our fathers so that you too may lord it over the land? We will never believe in the pair of you. Then Pharaoh said, bring every learned sorcerer to my presence. And when the sorcerers attended, Moses said to them, cast down what you wish to cast. And when they had thrown, he said, the sorcery that you have wrought, Allah will surely bring to nothing. Allah does not bless the work of those who do evil by his words. Allah vindicates the truth, much as the guilty may dislike it. Now, evil magic does make sense as a translation for the word seher. And you also have the seher, the instead of at the front. from the ancient Egyptian, and the was the external and the internal. If that to start the word. And sorcery, of course, we're not talking about ritual drug use. We're not talking about throwing things to chance, although that could be included. But, so there's associations with the English word that don't quite line up. You of his people believed in Moses, for they feared the persecution of Pharaoh and his nobles. Pharaoh was a tyrant of the land, an evildoer. Moses said, if you believe in Allah, my people, and have surrendered yourselves to him, in him alone, then put your trust. They replied, in Allah we have put our trust. Lord, do not let us suffer at the hands of wicked men. Deliver us through your mercy. From the unbelievers, we revealed our will to Moses and his brothers, saying, build houses in Egypt for your people and make your homes places of worship. Conduct prayers and give good tidings to the faithful. Lord, said Moses, you have bestowed on Pharaoh and his nobles splendor and riches in this life, so that they may stray from your path. Lord, destroy their riches and harden their hearts, so that they shall perish in unbelief until they face the woeful scourge. He replied, your prayer shall be answered. Follow the straight path and do not walk in the footsteps of ignorant men. We lead the Israelites across the sea, and Pharaoh and his legions pursued them with wickedness and spite. But as he was drowning, Pharaoh cried, now I believe no God exists except the God in whom the Israelites believe. To him I give up myself. Only now, but before this you were a rebel and a wrongdoer. We shall save your body this day, so that you may become a sign to all posterity, for a great many of mankind do not heed our signs. Now, try to repent until the very last moment. But if you're only repenting because it's the last moment, then it isn't true repentance, and that sort of thing. So don't rely, at the last time, but what if you're stifled? What if you're stifled from stating your statements of belief that you wanted to say all along? We settled the Israelites in a secure land and provided them with good things, nor did they disagree among themselves until knowledge was given them. Your Lord will, on the day of resurrection, judge their differences. And for the most part, you see this huge gap. And in the middle of this huge gap, you have what you can call Judaism, around 540 to 200, depending on, and what's called Judaism probably started about 200 BCE, but 200 BC, the second book of Maccabees is the first time you actually see it, so it waits a couple decades to actually be called Judaism. But this was in a period when they weren't accepting new prophets. If you doubt what we have revealed to you, ask those who have read the scriptures before you. The truth has come to you from your Lord, therefore do not doubt it. Nor shall you deny the revelations of Allah, for then you will surely be among the lost. Those for whom the word of your Lord shall be fulfilled will not have faith, even if they be given every sign, until they face the woeful scourge. Were it otherwise, every nation, had it believed, would have profited from its faith, but it was so only with Jonah's people. When they believed, we spared them the penalty of disgrace in this nether life, and gave them comfort for a while. Had your Lord pleased, all the people of the earth would have believed in him, one and all. Would you then force people to have faith? Now, the forcing the people to all be saved or whatnot, whether they like it or not, whether it's going to be to their credit, that's in the LDS idea, the Luciferian doctrine. But the Luciferian is not the same thing as devilish in actuality, because Lucifer wasn't considered a bad word until the church titles came in, and what is even the Latin services still include the phrase Lucifer of Lucifers, because of course the Lucifer, the Lucifer at the time would be the prophet, but figure it, the light bringer, all that stuff. So it's, there's been misassociations with that term. None can have faith except by the will of Allah. He will visit his scourge upon the senseless. Now, in the Bible, they talk about this misspelling in the Bible, and I mean, they talk about the misspelling in the Bible, ha-shatan, but I think the continual scourge is actually what they mean rather than ha-satan, which just means the opponent. Say, behold what the heavens and the earth contain, but neither signs nor warnings will avail the unbelievers. What can they wait for but the fate of those who have gone before them? Say, wait if you will. I too am waiting. We shall save our apostles and the true believers. It is but just that we should save the faithful. Say, men, doubt my religion if you will, but never will I worship those that you worship besides Allah. I worship Allah, to whom ye shall all return, for I am commanded to be one of the faithful. I was bidden, dedicate yourself to the faith in all uprightness, and serve none besides Allah. You should not pray to idols, which can neither help you nor harm you, for if you do, you will become a wrongdoer. And the partners, you should not take as partners any, because this sort of thing is beyond the mention of idols. If the law afflicts you with the misfortune, none can remove it but he, and if he bestows on you a favor, none can withhold his bounty. He is bountiful to whom he will. He is the forgiving one, the merciful. Say, men, the truth has come to you from your Lord. He that follows the right path follows it for his own good, and he that goes astray does it at his own peril. I am not your keeper. Observe what is revealed to you, and have patience till Allah make known his judgment. He is the best of judges. Now, it helps to wait to see sometimes and look up and say, is there a reason to say that this is right or wrong? Because certainly, Quran's full. We don't really need anything else in terms of a lot of stuff. But if you look up and you consider whether it's right or wrong, so you could withhold till you find out what the divine judgment, or what it appears to be the divine judgment, is on the matter.